So we're really excited to share this information with you because this is not going to be a typical travel destination presentation. Hopefully, it's going to be a bit more fun. Today, we're going to talk about what actually makes a Galapagos trip unforgettable and why the way you plan it changes everything. Let me admit someone else is here. Okay. Well, my name is Juan Carlos. I've spent many years designing journeys across Latin America. I was born in Quito, Ecuador. I dedicated my life exploring Latin America, Ecuador, Galapagos, and the incredible experiences for travelers just like you. But more importantly, I've seen firsthand how small decisions completely change a traveler's experience. And that's exactly what we are going to talk about today. Well, Galapagos, as you may know or may not know, is a natural protected national park in Ecuador. And yes, it is part of Ecuador, something many travelers are surprised to learn. Galapagos, it is part of Ecuador. As mentioned, the islands are a protected natural national park and one of the most carefully regulated destinations in the world. So this is something we have to take into account. Conservation is taken very seriously here, which means there are specific rules, visitor limits, and logistics that need to be considered when planning a trip to Galapagos. That's exactly why working with destination expert is so important when you are planning a trip to Galapagos. And thankfully, this is what we specialize in. Our role is to make the entire experience seamless, easy, and unforgettable for you. Now I want to share a small inspiration video. Hopefully it get reproduced well for you to get involved and start in this wonderful adventure.
This living laboratory of evolution helped to inspire Charles Darwin and continues to offer a unique opportunity to explore a pristine natural ecosystem.
This is how snorkeling looks like in Galapagos.
The Galapagos Islands are located 620 miles, or 1,000 kilometers, from the South American mainland, but a world apart from anywhere else on Earth. The archipelago and its surrounding waters, located where 3 ocean currents converge, are famed for the unique animal species found nowhere else on Earth, including marine iguanas, giant tortoises, flightless cormorants, and a diverse variety of finches. The islands have 2 airports, Isla Baltra and Isla San Cristobal, which are serviced by regular flights from mainland cities Quito and Guayaquil.
I will explain this later in more detail. Just enjoy the video.
As water temperatures change and seasons shift, different types of wildlife become more or less plentiful, so it's worth keeping a must-see species list in mind when planning your itinerary.
Well, that's pretty much it, just as an inspirational video. Let's keep on this webinar. So one of the first things to understand about Galapagos is that it's not only about stunning landscapes, you know, you will definitely see very, very unique landscapes, but it's really about the incredible wildlife encounters and unforgettable moments that feel truly once in a lifetime. From snorkeling alongside sea turtles, as you can see here or you saw in the video, playful sea lions everywhere in their natural habitat. You know, we are the visitors here. They own the place. All the wildlife own the place everywhere. To see famous giant tortoises up close, hammerhead sharks, totally safe. The islands offer experiences that are simply impossible to compare with anywhere else in the world. Wildlife here is everywhere, and the connection travelers feel with nature is something incredibly special. And honestly, I can confidently say this: you will experience some of the most extraordinary wildlife encounters of your lives in Galapagos. It's almost guaranteed you will be that close with a lot of different species and unique species in the world. Even with the same destination and budget, every Galapagos trip can be completely different. This is very important. How you choose to explore, whether by yacht or staying on land, can significantly shape your experience. It's all about choosing the right approach for your style. How do you like to travel? This is very important. As you can see on the map, a very fan map, the Galapagos archipelago is made of several islands, each offering unique landscapes, wildlife, and travel experiences. There are three main habitat islands: Santa Cruz, which is right in the middle, San Cristobal at the right, and Isabela, which is the bigger island on the archipelago. Are there they provide full experiences for tourism infrastructure like hotels, restaurant, roads, ports, and all this type of infrastructure for you to make this feel comfortable, making the perfect base for island hopping adventures. Beyond these habitat islands, the rest of the archipelago remains largely untouched and protected. Many of the more remote islands can only be visited through day tours by boat or expedition cruises, allowing travelers to experience some of the most pristine and extraordinary wildlife habitats on Earth, because you have like one species on each island that you cannot find on another island. It's like that. That's why Galapagos is so unique. You have unique species on each island. So this is what makes this truly unforgettable. One important thing you should know is that the Galapagos does not have international flights arriving directly to the islands. Travelers firstly have to fly into mainland Ecuador, usually through Quito, which is in the Andes, or Guayaquil, which is on the coast at zero level, and then continue with domestic flights to the Galapagos. There are two main airports in the islands: Baltra Airport, which is in Santa Cruz, which serves Santa Cruz, main location, and San Cristobal Airport, located on San Cristobal. It's the same name. So choosing the best arrival and departure airport is actually very important when designing an itinerary, especially for island hopping programs and cruise logistics. Some of them start in San Cristobal and end up in Baltra, or the other way around. So this is very important fact to take into account to create the smoothest and the most comfortable routing possible. Flights from mainland to Galapagos takes around 2 or 2.5 hours if it's a direct flight. Sometimes from Quito, you do a stop in Guayaquil, and it might take longer. All the Galapagos flights usually depart in the morning from around 6 a.m. up noon. No afternoon flights. So this is important when connections have to be made, either at the end or either at the beginning. All the Galapagos flight departs in the morning. This is important to take into account. So usually you should need one night in either Quito or Guayaquil before, and we recommend at least one night after, if the connection is early in the afternoon or early in the morning. Well, after choosing the right island to arrive, the second important part of planning a Galapagos trip is understanding how transportation between the islands works. The two main options are speedboats and inter-island flights, and each one fits a different type of travelers, or you can mix both. Speedboats are more budget friendly and generally offer more availability. You have a lot of speedboats departing on the same time, but some routes can be sometimes rough depending on the season. We will talk about this later. And travel times are longer. Speedboat takes around 2.5 hours to arrive from one main island to another, and the parts usually around in the morning. You have at 6 to 7 a.m. in the morning, and they depart at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Flights, on the other hand, are much faster and more comfortable, making them ideal for luxury travelers or clients with limited time. However, flights do have strict luggage limits and more limited availability. So both have daily departures. Small planes depart a bit later in the morning. They depart around at 8 and 8:30 a.m. and in the afternoon at 2 and 2:30 p.m. So both options depart either in the morning or in the afternoon. But the crafts, the aircrafts are very small, so they have limited luggage. This is how the speedboat looks like. It's very comfortable, very secure, and it can board around 30 to 40 passengers. And the inter-island flight, it's a small craft, up to 9 passengers, and that's why the luggage is limited. So this is also something I wanted to mention before going deeper into Galapagos. Galapagos is a living laboratory where wildlife, landscapes, and experiences are constantly changing. No two visits are the same. So one of the unique features of Galapagos and in Ecuador in general is its weather, which thanks to the equatorial location, it's mild year-round. You can expect pleasant temperatures throughout the year, ranging from 70 degrees Fahrenheit up to 85 degrees Fahrenheit, or 21 Celsius up to 29 Celsius, almost all year long. The islands have two main seasons, the warmer and green season, as you can see on the left, from December to May, with more rainfall and lush landscapes. Water temperatures are a bit warmer, and you can see you will see both type of species all year around. And cooler and drier seasons from June to November, which offers clear skies and excellent visibility for wildlife watching. But again, both options work perfectly fine. You will definitely see almost all the species you want, depending on the location and the island you choose. But weather might not be like a big issue. So whether you prefer the last beauty of the warmer months or the cooler, more comfortable temperatures for exploring, Galapagos offers something extraordinary all year long. Your experience will always be unique depending on the season you visit. So don't worry about it. If you can choose, it's perfect. But if you have some date limitation, it's totally fine. You will for sure have a memorable visit as well. Okay, so then the great dilemma here usually with our travelers is how to explore the Galapagos. They usually have to choose between two different travel styles or make a mix of both. which is a cruise experience or an island hopping experience. A cruise expedition allows travelers to explore the islands on board a yacht or a small vessel. Guests move between islands overnight and wake up in a new destination almost every day for breakfast. That is amazing. Cruises are ideal for travelers waiting to maximize their wildlife encounters and visit more remote islands. They are not more interested into the community or know some local people. So that is more into cruise expeditions. Island hopping, on the other hand, focuses on staying in hotels on a more on the habitat islands, on the three main islands I've mentioned before, and taking excursions from there. Travelers enjoy more flexibility by island hopping. They can walk around the village, find a nice local restaurant for dinner, and have some free time while experiencing incredible wildlife and activities as well. I will go into detail uh, right now. So one of the biggest advantages of a cruise, as I mentioned it before, is the access to remote islands and visitor sites that are difficult or impossible to reach on a land-based tour. I will explain this a bit later. For example, you will have Genovesa Island, which is very up north, which is famous for bird watching and large colonies of red-footed boobies. This island can only be visited by a cruise. Fernandina as well offers some of the most untouched volcanic landscapes on the archipelago. And for divers, I will also go deeper into it later. Darwin and Wolf, which are very far away from the main islands. So cruises are ideal for travelers who want a more immersive wildlife experience and enjoy expedition style travel and prefer having everything organized on board, and they just want to go to Galapagos and see the wildlife at its most. On the other hand, as I already mentioned, island hopping is an excellent option for travelers who prefer some flexibility and comfort while still experiencing the highlights of the Galapagos. Instead of sleeping on board a boat, travelers stay in hotels on islands like Santa Cruz, Isabela, and San Cristobal, and take day tours from there. This option is very especially popular with families, works well with multi-generational groups, and travelers who may be concerned about seasickness. That's also something to take into account. You are surrounded by water, so either you want to take a cruise or a day tour. Usually, not all of them, but usually they involve staying on water, being on a boat. Some tours can only be arranged by hiking. So for people that have severe seasickness, we can definitely find some options for them as well. But at least you have to know how to swim well. That's recommended. You can use life vests as well, but it's recommended. And again, in island hopping, you will find local restaurants, cafes, walk around the villages. You have some self-guided visits as well. You can do on your own. So it's a more free option for you to explore the islands. You will for sure have wildlife encounters. Sea lions are everywhere, turtles, sharks. You can see them all by island hopping as well. So both options work perfectly. If you have the time, if you have the budget, you definitely have to consider maybe mix both. You can take a 5-day cruise and then end up additional 5 days exploring the islands. That's the perfect mixture. But again, the three options, either a cruise, island hopping, or both, are perfectly fine. We just have to understand what's your style. And after understanding how island hopping works, the next question is usually what are the must visit places on each island? So each habitat islands offer completely different landscapes, wildlife, and activities. As I already mentioned it, in Santa Cruz, for example, you have to visit Tortuga Bay. You have to be there in Charles Darwin Station to learn all about this, how these islands were created, or the history about evolution. We have a highland expedition as well. So there are a lot of places you must visit. If you are in San Cristobal, it's famous for Kiki Rock or La Loberia. They have like the best snorkeling places and diving places in Galapagos as well. And finally, Isabela offers some of the most dramatic volcanic landscapes in the archipelago, including Sierra Negra volcano, Los Túneles, and Tintoreras. One of the best parts of island hopping is that travelers can experience the unique personality of each island while staying on a comfortable boutique hotels and moving at a slower and more flexible pace. Sorry. So that's a very good option. We also share, as you can see here, there are some very nice hotel on each main island, from luxury to a more budget friendly. Very nice hotels, all with private rooms, private bathrooms, excellent service, breakfast included, and many other comfortable facilities. I will show you at the end how we can explore a bit more about hotels. Another very like incredible way to visit the Galapagos is by diving. If you have a diving license or if you know someone who loves to dive, this is like one of their must in their life. Diving in the Galapagos is incredibly year round, but the experience changes depending on the season. During the warmer season, from December to May, the water is warmer, the seas are calmer, and visibility is usually better. This is a great time for divers looking for more comfortable conditions and to, the chance to see hammerhead sharks and whale sharks. From June to November, the water becomes a bit cooler and currents are stronger, which attracts even larger marine life. But this is one of the best seasons for experienced divers, hoping to encounter manta rayas, sea lions, whale sharks, and massive schools of fish. So no matter the season, Galapagos, as mentioned before, offer some of the most spectacular diving experiences in the world. So it's a must for any diver to come to Galapagos. So one important thing to know is that diving in Galapagos is considered advanced diving in many areas, especially around the remote northern islands, which I already mentioned it. Sites like Wolf and Darwin and Wolf Island are world famous for hammerhead sharks, whale sharks, and strong marine biodiversity, but they also require experience with currents and drifting diving. So for travelers looking for slightly easier diving experiences, sites like North Seymour and Bartolome, close to Santa Cruz, for example, on a day tour, are excellent options and still offer amazing wildlife encounters. So if you're a diver, you have to come to Galapagos. If you know someone who loves to dive, you have to recommend come to Galapagos because it is a must for any diver in the world. You will find definitely the most unique wildlife encounters guaranteed. And the good thing about diving is also that you can find very nice and well arranged cruises from luxury up to budget to more budget friendly. Usually cruises have only a minimum of 8-day journeys. This is something we have to take into account because they visit Darwin and Wolf, which are very far from the main island. So they need the time to do the whole tour, at least 8 days. This is a very nice cruise. This is another cruise that you can check how the facilities are, but I will go into detail at the end so you can explore on your own if you are more into diving experience. Well, while many travelers dream of the Galapagos, they often make mistakes such as choosing the wrong islands or poor flight timings or overcrowded tours. So the key to a successful trip lies in carefully planning so you don't miss out on the true magic of the island. This is very important. This is what we do. This is what we do. So imagine exploring the Galapagos Island not just as a tourist, but as someone who has been carefully guided through the experience with unique excursions tailored to your preference and comfort. And that's why you are here today, because we offer a more intimate, personalized way to enjoy this living laboratory. At Rebecca Adventure Travel, we are more just than a tour company. We are a boutique destination management company, a DMC, that brings more than 10 years of experience, over 850 five-star reviews, 10,000 happy travelers. So our mission is to offer personalized journeys with focus on sustainable and impactful travel. Our dedicated teams of experts handles every detail for your trip, providing personalized support and ensuring seamless transitions from arrival to departure from mainland Ecuador to Galapagos and back. Fast replies are a core part of our service because we know your entire time is valuable. So whether it's soft adventure, luxury, family adventure, nature trips, or multi-generational journeys, we specialize in crafting experiences that fit your unique interests. Our goal is to make your adventure feel personal, meaningful, and obviously unforgettable. So the Galapagos is not like other destinations. It's remote, it's highly regulated, and every moment matters. This is not a place where you just figure it out as you go, because you have to book in advance, you have to book day tours in advance, or cruises even more. So it's a destination where thoughtful planning makes the real difference between a good trip and an unforgettable one. And this is where working with a specialist changes everything. At Rebecca Travel, we don't just sell trips, we design experiences for you. Our goal is to remove the stress, elevate the detail, and create something that feels seamless from the beginning to the end. So the first thing we focus is personalization. No two trips we design are the same. We take into account your travel style, your pace, your interest, and what kind of experience you're truly looking for. Whether it's a family adventure, a special celebration, or a once-in-a-lifetime journey, everything is built around you. So the second pillar is seamless logistics. This is where many trips fall apart if not done correctly, where, as I explained before, you have flights, you have transfers, you have speedboats. So we carefully design every moment so all these logistics works naturally and flows smoothly. So instead of worrying about how to get from one place to another, you're simply enjoying the experience. You have a lot to see. You have so much to see, and you want only to take care of these experiences and not worrying about everything. So we can provide all services from the moment you land in Quito or Guayaquil. So our message is clear. You are here to explore. We are here to ensure nothing distracts you from the one. At the end of the day, planning a trip like this is not about having more information. You can learn a lot about Galapagos, but you have to understand how it works. So it's about making the right decisions from the very beginning because the decisions shape your entire experience. So yes, this is very, very important. And the third pillar is access and special moments. This is what transforms a trip from good to unforgettable, as I already mentioned it. We work with selected and certified boutique and family owned properties, hotels. We work with local experienced guides and certified guides that explains everything, have a good English. If you need another language, we can do the search for you. So the experience that go beyond the typical itinerary, moments that feel personal, authentic, and truly memorable are the ones that makes your experience different. So enjoy, for example, we have many different experiences such as farm to table meals, ceviche cooking classes with a local lady, mangrove cleaning, or tree planting in the highlands. So every activity is designed to immerse you in the local culture and environment, making your trip even more memorable and unique. And that's what separate us from the rest. And finally, not least, everything we do is rooted in purpose. Travel should not only be incredible for you, it should also have a positive impact. We work closely with local communities and conservation efforts to ensure your trip contributes to all the places you visit. You know, this is a very protected area, so we try to leave the least possible impact. And that's how we can create your experience and enhance your experience. So whether you are interested in a multi-sport adventure, a luxury retreat, or a cruise, we offer a range of Galapagos itineraries that can be customized to suit your interests and needs at the most. Finally, to explore by cruise, this is something I want to share a bit more after the questions and answers. We have a very useful and easy to use online availability tool. You can check available cruises on real time for the perfect option for you. And I will show you how this works at the end of this presentation. So please stay a bit longer. Right now, I would like to open to questions and answers. So please, if you want to ask something, open your microphone and let us know what is your concern. Or you can just write it by the chat. No questions? Elizabeth, don't forget to open your microphone. Do you have something that summarizes the difference between the East Islands and West? Cruises usually do one of or the other. Yes, we can share that information. We do have all that information on our website. I just want to finish this presentation, the questions and answers. I will keep that concern with me, and at the end, I will show you all the information you can find on our website regarding details, or as I already mentioned it, you can just write us an email and do the questions you require. But this is very specific, so there is a specific location for that. Thank you, Ed. Is diving equipment provided? Susan. Yes, absolutely. If you book a diving cruise, you will be provided by all the equipment. Depends on the cruise, on the category of the cruise. I believe computers might not be provided, so you have to bring your own. But everything else, the vest, the VCV, the tank for each immersion, everything is included. Everything is included, the wetsuit, everything. So you don't have to bring your heavy luggage, maybe just your computer if needed, because you don't need it like for each immersion. Thank you for that question. Any additional question? What are the temperatures like in June? In July? Yeah, we can as I shared, I will share this presentation with you, but I don't know if you can see my screen right now. We have in July warmer, cooler temperatures. Let me show you this. Yeah, from the cold season is from June to November, and the water is around, as you can see, 18 to 24 Celsius degrees or 64 up to 75 Fahrenheit degrees. So it's for, I don't know, with a good wetsuit, you don't need like a thick wetsuit. You will be totally fine. It's not that cold all year round. Is
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, I can hear you right now. I was hearing somebody else.
Yeah, cruise question. So you mentioned that cruises travel by night. So, and they arrive in a new destination in the morning. So throughout the day, would they be sort of going, would they explore by themselves and then come back to the vessel at a certain time? How does it typically work, please?
Yeah, in Galapagos, as I mentioned, it's highly regulated. So almost all day tours by boat or by cruise are only with a guide. You cannot explore. Let's talk about cruises specifically. You cannot explore on your own if you're on a cruise. You have fixed departure dates and a fixed itinerary. Itinerary in the morning, a visit in the morning, a visit in the afternoon. So you have a breakfast early in the morning and a visit planned for everybody in the ship with a guide, one or two, depending on the capacity of the ship. You have a morning visit, guided visit. Sometimes it's snorkeling, sometimes it's hiking, sometimes it's a mix of both. And you come back for lunch into the ship. And in the afternoon, maybe you have an hour, then in the afternoon, you have another guided visit for maybe 3 to 4 hours. Again, could be hiking, could be both, or could be just snorkeling. So maybe the boat travels between when you are in the morning hike, for example, the boat travels to another location. They wait for you for lunch. You will have a small boat between the visit and the big boat, and then you will have another visit maybe on the other way around of this uninhabited island you are located at. And then you come back, and then the boat maybe stays a bit stable so you can have a relaxed time, and they travel by night to another destination. I don't know if this fulfills your concern, Ruth. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Juan.
Okay, I have some other questions here. Is there a photographer on board? No, they have guides on board. but a specific professional photographer, they don't. Maybe we can ask if you have like a specific request, we can ask maybe for a guide which has photographer experience, but it's not like a part of the excursion. Sometimes in the luxury ones, they do have a guide with photographer experience, but it's not like every single boat has a photographer. No, it's not that common. What is the best option island for diving in the Galapagos? What is the best option island for diving in Galapagos? Well, it depends on the experience you have. Obviously, if you are an experienced diver, Darwin and Wolf will be like the cheer on top because then you will find like vast variety of wildlife. You will probably find some whale sharks. Like this is like a must experience for any diver, but it requires some experience because of the currents and how the diving excursion is planned. So Darwin and Wolf definitely, but if you have less experience, there are some day tours around the main islands like Santa Cruz or San Cristobal, which offers again unique and memorable diving experiences as well, like Kike Rock or Bartolome or Floriana. They offer very nice divings as well. For the hiking and for the hiking, are hiking boots actually needed, or can they be done in sneakers or walking shoes? Absolutely, Ed. You don't need hiking boots. You can do those with sneakers or walking shoes. It's sometimes with volcanic rock, but you have like guided paths where you have to go. You cannot go anywhere you like. It's very limited. Again, it's a natural park. You cannot be wherever you want. You have to go on the path. So the path is made so you can walk freely. You can walk smooth on your walking or sneaker shoes. It's not a problem for that. You don't need like big boots. What is the pricing like? Oof. Galapagos offers a variety of prices. At the end, I can show you some tours we have designed on our website, so you can explore a bit. Cruises as well. You have from very budget-friendly cruises up to high luxury ones with I don't know, from $1,500 for the cruise up to 10,000 or $1,500 a luxury one. So yeah, there's a vast variety of pricing options in Galapagos. Until I have another questions, if you want to write it down, it is important to know that we recommend at least my recommendation is 5 days at least. You can travel 4 days in Galapagos, but you have to take into account that you will always arrive from noon up to afternoon. So you probably will, if you're lucky, you will have like a half-day visit when you arrive, then 2 full days, which is totally fine. It's perfect. And the day you depart from Galapagos, usually have to be early in the morning because flights, the latest flight departs around 1 p.m. and you have to get into the airport, do the customs, so it takes some time. As it is a natural national park, we have an additional custom, and it's a regulated custom, so they check your luggage so you don't bring any seeds, any plants. They are very careful about that. So you need an additional half an hour, maybe an hour to get to Galapagos. So it's treated like an international flight. So it takes some time to get to Galapagos and depart from Galapagos. I hope all my answers are clear and as expected. If you don't have any more concern, I would like to go back to the presentation. Yeah, well, we can go fast pace on this. Thank you for your attention, and I will show you at the end. First, I want to thank you for being here. It was a pleasure for me to explain the place that I sell, my team sell every single day. And every single day we talk about this. We recommend different experiences. We arrange accommodation. We choose the nice hotel. So thank you very much for being here. Please visit us on our website. I try to make this as fast as possible because I know this has to be fast. So I got your attention, your full attention. And we have a special offer. Thank you so much. Again, you will receive a voucher on your email with a 10% off discount and a special upgrade on your booking. Upgrade, I mean service and on the selected hotel room or cruise you choose. So thank you. You will receive this on your next booking. Please contact us. Contact us. You will receive this webinar as well. So what I was talking about is, I'm sorry, I wanted to show you like 5 more minutes of your attention, how our website works, because it's truly worth to understand how this works. So give me just 5 minutes of your time and I will show you how this works. This is our website. I invite you to check. We have a very complete website here. And for example, if you want to look up for a cruise, you just stay on, not click, just be on Galapagos and click Galapagos Cruises. You will find a page that will let you to the Galapagos Cruises. You try to write your date, but this is a very, very unique location of where you can find your own. You can design almost your own trip by a cruise. You choose how many passengers here, children, if children's, and the dates. You have the range of dates you have to travel. You can search for a diving exclusive cruise or just leave this open for more options, depending on the length you're trying to find, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, or longer cruises, promotions only. Well, this is a very complete filter, and you will find a cruise, all the cruises available almost in real time, and the rates are from these rates, as you can see. It says from because it's usually the standard cabin. Sometimes you will have like only available the junior suite or the presidential suite or whatever, depending on the cruise. So it will have a higher cost. But this is your first search, so you can do it on your own. Then you can contact us, or you can even book directly on our website. So as you can see, here are the most expensive or luxury ones. And if you go down, I don't want to go so down because it doesn't look good. You will find more budget-friendly cruises. If you click on the itinerary, you will see which itinerary we'll visit from, I don't know, this one arrives in Santa Cruz, then have some visit Friday, Saturday, Sunday, visit Genovesa, which I was talking about, and end up in San Cristobal, for example. And if you want to select or for comparisons, you can choose, just click on the heart, and then you have like all your favorite cruises, and you can compare them just by clicking here. and you will have different comparisons about each cruise you selected. I hope you are still seeing my screen. Then, if you want to go deeper into our website, you can also do your search on island hopping tours, and you will find a variety of island hopping tours we offer on our website, from luxury style expedition, or multi-sport, or complete, all different categories of hotels, activity levels. You have a range of prices here. You just continue to explore. If you have the time, if you have the energy, you can do your own research here and contact us later if you want to ask for help. You say, I like this, but I want to make it only 7-day tour. It's totally doable. No problem at all. This one, for example, is a 6-day diving island hopping tour for divers that doesn't want to go that far, or they are not that experienced. We only have like 5 or 4 immersions. So we have a vast variety of explorations here. And finally, you can find some hotels that, as I mentioned it, first class, luxury, tourist superior. We have a lot of options here. So you can do your own research if you have the time, again, if you want. If not, please feel free to contact us. We have a big team of destination experts. All of them knows Galapagos. They have visited many times. I've been there many times. So please let us know, and we will be very, very happy to advise in any time, any kind. So thank you very much for being here. I don't know if there are any other questions. If not, we've been very happy to host you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.